What's going on, fellas? It's another Boogie production. I want to salute you guys for subscribing to my channel. Also want to thank you guys for liking the videos. Shout out to the Dime Game Division. Alright, let's get into this video, bruh. Right now, we're going to talk about wife swapping for a minute. Wife swapping. To be honest, this lifestyle is really in the fabric of your society. Just like the BDSM world, is tied into the fabric of your society. A lot of people just not in the know. Matter of fact, before I go there, that's one of the biggest things that I learned in the Middle East was that a lot of these guys over there do wife swapping. But the only way you're gonna find this out is if you in the know once again. Because when I was in the Middle East, I actually lived with these people side by side with them. Every day I was with these people. So I developed a rapport with these guys, and I was really privy to some information that the average person wouldn't be. So you got your standard customs and courtesies of another culture, and then you got what's really going on. And I knew what really was going on. A lot of fucking wife swapping was going on over there. And I was like, wow, this is ill. Not all of them, but once again, it's in their society. I learned a lot of things when I was over there, because I was kind of ignorant to the fact when I first got over there. I thought that every man was allowed to have 4 or 5 wives. That's not true. Only the guys that can afford it can have more than one wife. Real talk. Only if you can afford it. And let me say this. If you a man and you got more than one wife, or hell, even if you a man over there, even if you got one wife, fam, if you get caught with a woman that's not your wife, dog, the punishment could be deadly. So the same way they punish these women, they hold the men up to the same standard. So even if you're driving in a car with a female that's not your wife over there, dog, your ass is going to get it. Real talk. By the whole village, your ass is going to get it. You cannot break that union of marriage over there. Won't happen. Whether you got more than one wife or you just got one wife, you cannot break that fucking union. But anyway, moving on. Wife swapping is some real deal shit. And as recently as when I went to Vegas this summer, I was approached by a white guy on the elevator with him and his wife. He was on the elevator, and he was telling me that he wouldn't mind me getting a little piece of his wife because it was her birthday and he wanted to make her happy. You feel me? So I definitely noticed, man, a lot of white guys, they want to bring brothers into their bedroom. Now, me personally, I ain't down with that shit. I ain't down with that shit. I'm gonna be honest. Just knowing that another man is getting pleasure from me fucking his wife, the sole fact that I'm a black guy, I'm like, nah, man. But in the BDSM world, that is very normal. They call that being a bull. To each his own. But for me, I tend to stay away from that. I've been approached on quite a few occasions to fuck somebody else's wife. Now, this isn't wife swapping. I'm going to get into that in a minute. But I've been approached on many different occasions to fuck another man's wife. And I would always decline because that just wasn't my thing. I don't want another man sitting there watching me drill his wife. But once again, to each his own. But the actual wife swapping in this society, it's real. It's real. I actually got a homeboy. Him and his girlfriend, they are into some of the illest shit. Now, my homeboy, I wouldn't even consider him to be a freak, type of guy. He's real conservative when it comes to certain things. And but him and his girl, they like to go to these little hotel functions. And some of the illest fucking stories I've ever heard, he was telling me, and it all went down at these little hotel parties him and his girlfriend would attend. And I'm like, damn, son, y'all on some ill shit. But I'm like, all right, cool. But real talk, man, it's motherfuckers that's really into this shit. And, it keeps their relationship happy, fresh, so I ain't got no problem with it. Every time I see them, they teethy and smiling. But the wife swapping, I've been told a lot of different stories, especially in the military, man. This is big. This is big. But you gotta be in the know. This is huge. And this is people that don't want to get a divorce, or people that's 100% honest with one another, and they actually understand human nature to a level that they come to accept the fact that it is human nature to be sexually attracted to another human being. But these people just act on it. Because the thing about human behavior or sexual nature is, for men and women, every day that you walk out the house, man, you're fighting against your biological imperative. Women do it and men do it. So if you're in a long-term relationship, if you are in a marriage, you're fighting against that every time you leave the house, because you're going to be sexually attracted to somebody else. It's going to happen. Only thing that can stop a person from actually cheating is discipline. That's it. Is a level of discipline. That is it. I don't even think religion gonna stop a motherfucker. A person gotta have some hardcore discipline. Not to give themselves up to another person if they are in a marriage. But some people, they don't believe in social norms or, the social constructs of this society. So they live these alternate lifestyles, or what we would consider, or the average person would consider, an alternate lifestyle. But to them, man, it's normal to them. And they tend to gather up with one another. Because if you go around talking about you and the wife swapping, if you say that shit out loud, people gonna look at you crazy. People gonna look at you like you're bugging. But in all reality, man, this shit is in the fabric of your society. It's kind of like BDSM. Man. Some of y'all motherfuckers send y'all kids to school, and y'all done met the kindergarten teacher, the first grade teacher. She's happy. She got an apple on her desk. Soon as she go home, she stripped down butt naked and walk around on her fucking knees and her hands and call another nigga daddy and king. And he got her in the house licking a fucking toilet seat. Straight up. She can't even take a shit unless the door's open. That is a part of your society. And people walk past these people every day. We talking about judges, politicians, lawyers, airplane pilots, doctors. This ain't no underground shit where it's just the people on the lower end of the social economic spectrum doing this. Fuck no. But see, a lot of people are not in the know. This is real deal shit. And look, it's not for everybody, but I'm telling you, once you get into these circles, and I'm not even saying I'm into this shit that deep, into these circles. I know motherfuckers that's deep into that shit. And some of the stories they telling me, man, I just be laughing my ass off. I be like, y'all niggas are the illest niggas on earth. But that's what they into. That's what floats they boat. You walk past these people every day, but as soon as they get underneath their own roof, as soon as they get in the house by themselves or with their partner, you never know what's going on. He got this bitch walking around the floor like she a motherfucking snow leopard. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. He put a saddle on this bitch neck and got her walking around the house like she a fucking horse. Or it could be reversed. She slapping the dude around and made him into a sub. Got him cooking and cleaning, ass naked with a fucking apron on some real nigga shit. I done heard the illest stories, man. And I done met some ill dom niggas in my life. I ain't gonna get into that right now. You know, I'm supposed to be talking about wife swap, and I'm talking about everything else. But on some real shit, man. Now, with C-Boogie Productions do the wife swapping thing, none of your business. You know, none of your fucking business. I'm not even getting into that right now, but it's real. And but I do got respect for people that do it. I have respect for people that do it, and I still got respect for people that's not into it. But I do have respect for people that do it because that tells me that they have an understanding of human nature. You know what I'm saying? They have a greater understanding of our animalistic side. You know, and they understand that, you know, monogamy is fucking me personally, I don't even believe in that shit, but they understand that monogamy, man, is hard to keep up with. It's hard to do, it's hard to practice. You know, virtually impossible. You know, virtually impossible. I'm not saying it is impossible, but they understand. Yo, you fighting every day to be monogamous. You fighting every day. Every day. You know? It is what it is. You know, it is what it is. So, you know, I ain't got no problem with the wife swap. You know, because you think about marriage, you know, to be honest, wealthy people, they into all type of wild shit, right? It's kind of like Warren Buffett. You know, his wife, his actual wife, you know, she left him in Nebraska, moved out to California, but before she left, she hooked him up with another lady that was going to take care of him. You know, and they just got this little three-way kind of thing going on. She live in California. You know, he got a fucking living girlfriend, and the wife cool with that. You know, one of the richest guys in the world. You know, so rich people, their sex lives and their, you know, how they run their relationships are a lot different than the average motherfucker. You know, they pretty much do what they want because they understand marriage is really about raising children and passing down wealth. You know, they're not really caught up into this, you know, trying to be monogamous and, you know, living by these social constructs that the average person got to live by. You know, they got too much money for that. You know, that money allows them to get around that. You know, they probably never believed in that shit in the first place. That's why they was able to get rich and wealthy, to be honest. So it is what it is. And C-Boogie, does he stamp the fucking wife swapping? You fucking right, I do. You know, I stamp anybody, you know, in that lifestyle, as long as it's not harming society, as long as it's not, you know, causing damage to society. Yo, all that shit is what it is. You know, all of that shit is what it is. You know, if that's what floats your boat. You know, even if I don't particularly indulge in something myself, you know, I still respect people's lifestyle. You know, but I'm gonna stop this video here. You know, shout out to the Dom Game Division. You know, and y'all can drop y'all comments because look, I'm not the only brother that has been approached by a white nigga to drill his wife. Man, this shit is so fucking common. You know, and it gets kind of irritating. You know, it gets kind of irritating. And I'm gonna say this before I bounce. A lot of people don't know a big part of racism between white guys and black men is that sexual competition. You know, let's be honest here. These white guys from around the world, they see these white women, you know, doing sex tourism. And where do they go? They go to places like Jamaica, a lot of parts of Africa, you know, South America, because they want that BBC. Real shit. They want that BBC. And they know what's up. You know, so a lot of it is just fear on their part. You know, it's just fear. Think about that. That's a big part of racism. It's not the only thing, but that's a huge component. That's a huge component. That BBC, man. But anyway, shout out to the Dom Game Division. Thanks for liking the video.